So what's the problem with your voice? If you are learning as an adult, whilst you're learning technique, on top of that, you're learning to try and counteract the fear. What does the fear do? The fear actually inhibits your ability to sing. Basically, the clench, the flinch, the grab. Anytime you feel that fear and that flinch coming in, it's like putting a roadblock on your voice. It's like putting a wall in front of your voice. So when you're learning as an adult, half the battle, and this varies from singer to singer. Somebody like me, anything above middle C, I clenched, I grabbed. Literally I had a wall below my first bridge, believe it or not. I had to chip away at that wall and break it down over time. Now, a child doesn't have that fear. Let me repeat that. The child learning to sing does not have that fear. So they're learning from scratch, and they're learning from a clean slate. They're not unwinding or undoing anything. And this, more than anything, is what affects the learning time for an adult learning to sing. Most of us aren't learning from scratch, or a lot of us. Now, if you are, I have quite a lot of singers who are learning as adults, and they don't really have any of that clench, that fear, and they sing up through their first and second bridge no problem, and basically they're learning from scratch. And those kinds of singers can get it together quite quickly, because really singing's not that hard, it's quite easy. The hard bit is if you've put a lot of barriers in the way for yourself, undoing those barriers, rewinding, going back to the start to then learn again. And even once you do it, those old memories linger. You know, I was performing yesterday at one of my rehearsal shows, and at points in it, I felt that old memory coming in. I felt that old grab, that old clinch, and I have to resist that urge constantly. And that resistance, that old memory that lingers in my mind, just doesn't exist for the singer that's learned from scratch the right way. And that's my burden, my cross to bear. I do my best with it. Sometimes it's overwhelming for me. It can be done. You know, the more shows I do, the less that old memory is dominant in my mind, the more it withers away and dies. But that old memory, basically, it's forever kind of entombed in your mind a little bit, and even after decades, it can still creep back in. You know, it's a big ask, asking yourself to change to that degree, to abandon fear, abandon inhibition, abandon the grab, and to embrace free singing. It's a huge mental leap, and over time you can create a new set of habits, and those habits become your dominant thoughts, your dominant habits, the dominant culture in your mind. But that old memory can still linger, and it's a battle that the learning singer, the struggling singer, exclusively has to face. That battle in the mind just isn't there for the lucky guys who learn from scratch. So sometimes I talk to singers, to gifted singers, and ask them questions, and they just give me this blank kind of stare. And I've realised over the years is the only singers that are going to really empathise with the kind of journey I've gone through are singers that have had to fight that battle, been in that mental battlefield where they've got that old, horrible habit that was dominated by fear and self-doubt, these kinds of thoughts, and moved over to a fresh, clean slate that is open, comfortable, calm, all things or qualities that we associate with great singers that we like. Just some thoughts there for you guys. If you are struggling as a singer, I encourage you. It's a brave journey, and you will learn more about yourself and more about who you are as a person than a lot of other endeavours you're going to take on in life. So embrace it, fight that battle, and keep on fighting. Yeah, do not give in. Do not let fear and doubt cloud your mind and take over and stop you from becoming the person that you're destined to be deep down. Yeah, embrace. See you soon, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. Bye.